Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Wanted to show you guys kind of my favorite inexpensive knives and hatchets. Um, some of these I've had for a couple of years already, and a lot of people don't have a lot of money to spend on this kind of stuff, especially stuff that they don't use every day. Now, if you're going to use a knife every day, I suggest you spend a little bit more money on it, but most people are just get out a couple times a year, whatnot, and they don't need to spend, hundreds of dollars on a knife. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Probably there's more good, inexpensive stuff out there now than there ever has been. I remember, when you were limited to just 4 or 5 maybe brands of knives, and that was it. And now literally the sky's the limit from inexpensive to, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But anyway, I bought all these knives with and hatchets and stuff with my own money, and I used all this stuff, so I feel fairly confident with this stuff. And the first thing I'm going to go over here are the hatchets. Now, this is the one I probably had the longest. They used to call these a carpentry or a shingling hatchet. This they actually call a half hatchet. I don't know what makes it half about it, but this is a Vaughan 22-ounce hatchet. I paid $21 or $22 for this. I looked this up this morning. I think these are like $25 is what they go for now. But this is very similar to the hatchet that I've had for years. That's a plum. It's got almost the exact same design. That's why I bought this. The only thing I did with this hatchet here is I hit it with a file and I reprofiled the edge a little bit, made the edge a little sharper and thinner so I could carve with it and stuff. And that's actually why I got this hatchet here. But this has actually been a really good hatchet. Doesn't cost very much, and kind of a newer addition that I got here. I just got done splitting a bunch of wood with this one here. This is a Collins. This is 1.25 ounces. It said on it when I bought it. Not 1.25 ounces, 1.25 pounds hatchet. This has what's called a Michigan-style head on it. This is a Michigan-style hatchet or axe. If you see an axe or hatchet that looks like this, that's what it is. They have other ones like Hudson Bay and like the Scandinavian ones. They have a little bit different shapes and stuff, but this is a Michigan style. This particular style here is great for splitting wood, and it's got that right wedge on it. And the one thing I liked about this guy here is it's got this little rubber mask or blade protector that's on the end of it there that sticks right on there. I think that's pretty neat, especially if you're carrying this in a pack or something. Again, I only paid like $20-ish for this. $25 is what the going rate is on these, but it's got a good handle on it. And you always want to check the grain at the end of the handle. Make sure you got a nice tight grain on your wooden handles. Knives, this is one I got last summer, and I really knocked it through the paces. This wasn't very expensive. This was like $16. I've seen them as high as $20-ish. And this is a Milwaukee Tradesman knife. It's some kind of random stainless steel. It didn't really give the type of stainless steel that's on it. But this guy I've kind of beat around. I've split wood with it. I've struck ferro rods and stuff with it. It's actually held up pretty good, with this plastic handle on here. It's pretty decent. Comes with a pretty decent sheath too for the price of the knife. It's just got a little kind of like plastic sheath with a clip on it. I don't know how long this clip would hold out, but if you're not taking it on and off 15 times a day, it's probably going to last for you. Again, the red handle is nice if you're using it out in the woods, because if you drop it or if you set it down somewhere, it's easier to find. And then this one here, this one's I guess no stranger to the internet. This is a Glock. This is a Glock knife, and this one is called an 81 because it's got this kind of sawtooth thing on the back here that isn't really good for much except chewing up your batons when you're trying to split wood with it. And I've used this for a little bit of everything. I've did a little carving with this. I did a little prying with it. I've batoned wood with it. It's a pretty decent knife. I wouldn't want to carve really fine, intricate stuff with it, but it actually held up pretty decent. It's got this thick coating on the blade here, so it's kind of got corrosion resistance. And again, it's got a sheath, but this sheath is a little bit wonky on how you gotta get it out. It won't just pull out for you like most of the plastic sheaths. This little tab right here, you got to kind of push it to the side to get it to come out. It took a little practice to use it. It's probably my biggest gripe with this guy here, but it's got a decent clip on it here again. But this clip, actually, if you pull it out of the way and you push it in, it'll actually lock. So this will lock in place and where the sheath won't come off. But again, this isn't too bad. Like a general utility knife that you got to use for everything. This is probably the knife that I would use for everything for the price range. And those run about $35 or so. I think they used to be cheaper because, Glock's kind of got the brand recognition. And then this guy here has been my kind of surprise favorite. This is a BPS Finn Light. I bought one BPS knives. They're out of Ukraine, and I bought one BPS knife, and it was sort of a Kephart style, which is a spear point knife, and it came with a notch of the blade right from the right from the factory when I ordered it. I didn't think too much of that. I had to put a little elbow grease to get that notch out of the blade, but I wasn't overly impressed with that. But this one here, I figured, it's been a couple of years. I'm going to give them another try. And again, this one was only $25, but this Finn Light here, this is kind of like your Puko Scandinavian design. It's got that Scandinavian edge on there. Scandi, and it's not very thick. It's got a very sharp spine though, and this guy is great for carving wood and little feather sticks and stuff. And this is kind of why I bought this guy here, and I was carving around with this, and this guy's actually pretty decent. I'm impressed with it, and it doesn't cost very much, and this is more of a traditional style. So you want more of a traditional hatchet and knife in your pack, you can go with something like this or something like this for doing your wood splitting. And then, you have this knife for your carving and your finer tasks. You got a kind of a good combination, and that's why I wanted to mention it. But this guy here just fits your hand good for carving and making cuts and stuff, and I rather enjoy it. I would not baton with this. I don't know if it's thick enough to baton. I watched some videos where guys were batoning with this, but I don't know if I would baton with this guy here. And then this is the sheath. And probably the biggest gripe with the sheath that with this guy here is it's a leather sheath and it's thick enough, but it doesn't have a belt loop on it. But with these hollow rivets that's in here, you could rig something up with a little paracord or something. It's not a complete deal breaker, but put a little pull tab on the end of it here so I can get it out of the sheath. This sheath might get a coat of beeswax at the end of summer here for fall and winter, but I haven't quite decided yet. But anyway, that's just some inexpensive knives and hatchets that I wanted to go over with you guys here. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend and you want to throw some stuff in a pack or whatnot, look these guys up. I feel that these are pretty decent for what you pay for. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get some information, some entertainment out of this video here, and you guys have a good one.